We often love starting with clips on animals and amazing creatures God has put on earth. Look at these clips on dogs, and also the last clip on the police dog. How amazing these creatures are in helping protect people.
There is something about walking an American Akita that makes me feel like a powerful woman. This is the killer Kuma. He is 5 years old, and he is one of my most favorite clients. Weighing in at an impressive 120 pounds, the only thing that Kuma may kill you with are his dashing good looks. Kuma has sensitive skin that is often irritated by allergies, so today I am bathing him in our CBD infused shampoo. There are two different types of Akitas, the Japanese and the American. Akitas originated in Japan and they were employed as a hunting and fighting dog, and now they are trained and used for police and guard work. This is not a breed of dog for a first time dog owner. They are incredibly powerful. I spray him down in our quick dry spray, and then I brush that through his coat using my slicker brush. And now it is time to show you Kuma's love affair with the blow dryer. And now this big scary dog is ready to take a nap. I de-shed him using the Equi-Groomer, and then I switch over to the undercoat rake. I clip his claws, and I shave out his paw pads.
Obviously, one of the building blocks of society is the family unit in marriage, and we love discussing marriage and the family unit and how people should behave within that.
When a man and a woman get married as Christians, they come through Jesus on the cross. Each one of them says, as Paul said, I have been crucified with Christ, nevertheless I live, yet not I, but Christ lives in me. So after they have passed through the sacrifice of Jesus, each one turns back and looks at that sacrifice. The husband says, when I came through that sacrifice, I died. I laid down my life. Now I live out my life in my mate. She's the expression of my life. And the wife does the same. When I passed through that sacrifice, I died. I no longer live for myself. I'm living for the one with whom I am in covenant. Each laid down his life or her life for the other. That's the basis of Christian marriage. And that's the only basis on which marriage can truly succeed. You see? It's totally contrary to the attitude of people today. That's why so many marriages break up, because most people today go into the marriage with the attitude, what will I get out of this? And it doesn't work. The biblical attitude is, what will I give? And that works in practice. It works. You look at the people that don't approach marriage that way, and what you look at is a series of disasters. No generation in human history has ever had so many unhappy, broken marriages and homes as our generation. And the reason is the wrong approach. What can I get rather than what can I give? You know what Jesus said? It is more blessed to what? To give than to receive. That's true in marriage. The one who gives is the one who's fully blessed. Now, I should probably pause and say, I'm certainly not an expert, but I have a good track record. I was married to my first wife, who's now with the Lord, for 30 years. And we together raised a family of 9 daughters, adopted daughters. Our marriage wasn't perfect, but it was happy, it was successful, and it was fruitful. And it was subjected to tremendous pressures. But we were together, and God used us, and we served Him, and God made us a blessing to many, many people. And then, after my first wife was taken home, 3 years later, I married my present wife, Ruth, whom you've seen here tonight. And we have now been married for just over 10 years, and our marriage has been outstandingly happy and successful. And through our marriage, God has birthed a ministry which is actually now reaching most of the earth with the Word of God. In practice, it works. You look at the people that don't approach marriage that way, and what you look at is a series of disasters. No generation in human history has ever had so many unhappy, broken marriages and homes as our generation. And the reason is the wrong approach. What can I get rather than what can I give? You know what Jesus said? It is more blessed to what? To give than to receive. That's true in marriage. The one who gives is the one who's fully blessed.
I was just amazed by the intelligence of this orangutan to do these amazingly complex tasks, and it just seems like he's at home here. We are very focused on entrepreneurship in these videos because one of the biggest things we want for our children is to have a business one day they're passionate about and that they can make a good income from.
Our farm Snailland was established in rural municipality Krustpils, Spunjani, where we grow two types of snails, Helix aspersa maxima and Helix aspersa Mueller. Snails are grown under controlled circumstances and delivered to the European Union member states. Initially, a test batch of snails was delivered to our farm for reproductive needs. This marked the beginning of learning and gathering experience on how to grow snails in industrial quantities. Therefore, we purchased a farm, which we reconstructed within 2 years. Warm premises for the reproduction of the herd were established. Latvian climatic conditions are suitable for fast fattening of snails during the summer period. Besides, snails are quite modest and do not require special care. You do not need large land parcels or many employees to grow snails. This activity can be a family-run business. Snail meat is outstanding in flavor, but apart from that, it also contains amino acids, minor salts, calcium, copper, zinc, cobalt, magnesium, nickel, boron, hydrocarbons, fats, and proteins. A matter of fact, snail meat provides a better invigorating effect than coffee. Besides, it does not contain cholesterol. It turns out that you can prepare various delicatessen out of snail meat. Snail livers in high-quality butter, snail caviar in special herb sauce, snail soup, and many others. They mean paradise for gourmands. Therefore, exotic dishes prepared out of snail meat can become a culinary power spot of any restaurant or cafe. Apart from being highly acclaimed in the gourmet sector, snails are also used in pharmacy and cosmetology. Cosmetologists are interested in the characteristics of snails as a result of facts pointed out by professional snail growing specialists. It turns out that people who are in frequent contact with snails heal their wounds faster and their skin looks younger. In-depth studies have shown that snails excrete special fluid that has regenerative properties and rejuvenates skin cells. If you are interested in this topic, please visit our website at www.snaillandlatvia.com or visit us at our snail farm.
Uncovering and discovering new industries and sciences is very important to us, and robotics and artificial intelligence is definitely something a person must consider for the future.
Amika's incredible expressions and interactions are part of a major leap for AI and robots. They can now see the world and react to it, which means they're starting to replace human workers. Robot muscle and AI is creating immense wealth and removing millions of jobs, but the upsides are stunning. People often mistake this for a real dolphin, but it's a robot designed to set dolphins free by replacing them in marine parks. Thousands of dolphins are locked up in parks, but closing the parks would cut off the millions they raise for conservation. They're working on a new version to perform entirely by itself, and that could be the point where they can impress the crowds and replace the dolphins. And to help reduce the plastic that ends up in the ocean, recycling can now be sorted by robots like this. It can see different types of plastic, pick them up and throw them into bins. The things we order online are also being handled by increasingly advanced robots. And of course, it can dance. And humanoid robots are entering warehouses. Starting in back rooms, once they're considered safe, they'll work alongside humans. And it's hard to compete with robots that can work 24 hours a day without pay. They're used for computing. The company expects its robots to go on to help you around the home. Robot hands are becoming impressively dexterous. They can use tweezers, scissors, and hold tricky objects. And robot bodies are starting to capture more natural human movement. Ameca is being used to test and develop AI, so it's going to get smarter. And robots are rapidly learning new skills through simulations. This machine learned to play table tennis in just 90 minutes, returning 98% of balls. Of course, carrying humans at high speed requires a higher level of safety.
You can always think of Tesla as like the world's biggest robot company, or semi-sentient robot company. We're effectively creating the most advanced practical AI